All right, good evening and welcome everyone. It's just going to be a quick one. Today we are just tackling one aspect of the video, one aspect of our presentation. All right, good evening and welcome. We are going to look at how to apply for jobs on the NHS website. Now, on the NHS, it's the National Health Service. So that's a government institution in the UK, and it's one of the largest recruiters of overseas workers. Actually, I got the opportunity through the NHS to come and work in the UK, and when you come, it begins to open several doors for you. And I'll speak English and tree. Yeah, and I NHS. NHS, no, say National Health Service, a government agency at UK. They are in charge of the health system in the UK. So when you pick Ghana, we have the Ghana Health Service. So it's kind of its equivalent. So when you go to UK and you pick the National Health Service, they are responsible for the health service in the UK. And as I said, it recruits over millions of people. It's shown that they are the largest recruiter in the UK. Okay, and what they do is every year or month in and month out, they are bringing overseas workers to work in the NHS. Okay, most people are beneficiaries of the NHS overseas recruitment. And the most important and the interesting bit is that when they recruit you, they sponsor everything. They will sponsor your visa, from A to beginning to end of your process. They will sponsor you and they will make sure you arrive in the UK safely. So today we are going to look at how to apply for jobs, and it's important to note that enye easy. I mean, even Ghana cross open easy. Easy, baby. So it's about being determined, and it's about consistency and being persistent. And yes, I will apply by Kopeno Manfa, or apply me no pena, reject here, not just a wabamubu. Recently, me post to minimum be or apply over 100 jobs in UK. Last one on a year, a fan, come on a bamubu yanka. Unya, dear one in second. I mean, who apply free, so what will stop you from applying to as many positions as possible? The thing is, if you give up, time is still going, okay? And if you pursue, time is still going. It's like taking risk. Someone will say that risk taking is hard. Not taking risk is also hard. So it's better you take the risk and get a positive feedback. So let's just head straight to the screen. So this is the screen. It's just going to be a short one, I promise. Okay, so going to be a quick one. So you have to one aspect of the video. You have to, so when you log on to the NHS website, so you just type NHS jobs. Okay, so let's do that. NHS jobs. You just Google it. Okay, and it will just show up. So you just pick the first one, nhsjobs.uk. So when you click on nhsjobs.uk, it will take you to the NHS jobs website, and you'll see several things there. You'll see help and guidance, NHS jobs, and you see frequently asked questions. You can explore all these options just to build your knowledge about the process. But most importantly, you need to create an account. You can create an account, all right? So when you check on the top right corner, you will see create an account. So you click on create an account, you input your first name, and you input your last name. Okay, so let's do that. So we are creating an account. I mean, alternatively, you can go ahead without creating an account. Yeah, you can go ahead without creating an account, but it's always important you create an account. Okay, so after creating the account, it will log you into the website. Okay, alternatively, as I said, so one person will be an account, you can just go straight to search. You can just go to search, but it's important to create an account. One important thing of creating an account is that it helps you save your progress. Into baby, I will be drubian a save next time babaka ubetimi atwaso free. So this is the NHS jobs website. Those who just joined, we are looking at how to get job in the UK, sponsorship jobs in the UK from the UK NHS. And I'm and easy application in the airfo, but most people will refuse, most people will reject you. But you need to be persistent, you need to persevere. I know several people who have gotten to the UK. I myself, I go to the UK through the same route. That's what I'm sharing with you today. So there are several vacancies. So when you get to the website, this is what you see. You see what? That's the job skill. You see the job title, job skills. The next one is where. There are several locations in the UK. Some people have a specific location in mind. So in case you have a specific location in mind, maybe you want to live close to your family, you want to live close to a friend, you want to live in a specific city you have desired for, you can just type it in, let's say Manchester. Okay, so you just type Manchester in, and that's it. Or in case you want Liverpool, you just type Liverpool. So what this does is that it streamlines job vacancies just in Liverpool for you. But I would advise that you just leave it open. You don't have to type anything there. Just leave it open so that you get a whole lot of job vacancies to screen from. So after doing that, you click on the search button. So as you can see, we have about 17,000 jobs at the moment. Okay, 17,000 jobs. Now, not all these jobs may be for you. Okay, so depending on your specialty, depending on your skill, if you're online, kindly share, and let's get more people to join. Share the link, let other people also join and benefit as well. Let other people join. And I would want to repeat it for free. It's important, the thin line between those who succeed in getting jobs abroad and those who don't succeed in getting jobs abroad is one thing. That's persistency. You need to persist. You need to persevere. You need to be resilient. You don't have to be lazy. The Bible says, do not be slothful in business. In other words, do not be lazy or do not be sluggish, but in fervency, serving the Lord. That's in seriousness, in zealousness. You need to be zealous, because the whole world, we have about 52 countries in Africa. You can imagine how many people who want to leave Africa. So you should know that the job market is very competitive. So any minute you use to relax back, people are applying and going ahead of you. So this will bring all the jobs up for you. Now, to streamline it to your specific specialty, what you do is that you see filter on the left hand side. You can see apply filters. So we have the distance, we have COVID-19, working pattern, we have the contract type. So I usually advise you use the contract type. So you just select permanent, okay? You select apprenticeship, and I will explain apprenticeship later. And yeah, that's it for now. So we are going to use permanent and apprenticeship. Then when you come to the other categories, you can just leave it blank, okay? All right, so then you click on apply filters. So you see our jobs have been cut down to 13,000 jobs from 17,000. So we are now looking at permanent jobs and apprenticeship jobs. Now, apprenticeship jobs are positions or vacancies that they employ you and they take you to school. So they train you to be the master of the craft. So as they are training you, as they are training you, as they send you to school, they will be paying you as well. So one example is here, you can see apprenticeship pre-registration pharmacy technician, okay, and the salary is there as well. So as they take you to school as a pharmacy technician, you will be being paid as well, and you sign a contract that after your school you are not going to leave them, because they are going to pay, they are going to sponsor you. So after your school, you just work with that institution. So we have several of those apprenticeship programs, and I have some of these on my YouTube page. So you can just go to my YouTube page as well, Jonas Anoyeboa, and watch some of these videos as well. Please try and share the link. Let's get others to join us as well. Okay, so if you're online, just type your field, type your specialty, so that I'll use that as an example. Type your field you are interested in. If you're a nurse, a midwife, administration, engineer, mechanic, whatever field, just type and let me use your field as an example. Type your field and let me use it as an example, because we have several vacancies, and I don't know. Type your field. So let's say what should I use? Okay, let me just use nurse. So let's type nurse. So all nurses in the UK start as staff nurses. Okay, staff nurses. So let's type staff nurse. All right, accountant. Yeah, I will use accountant after the staff nurse demonstration. Okay, so it depends on how long the contract says. After school, some will say 2 years, some will say 3 years. The thing is, if you want to leave before the number of years outlined in the contract, you need to pay all the amount they spent on you. So it's kind of flexible. You just need to pay them back. Okay. All right. So we've gotten some options. Health service administrator. Okay. So let's use accountant first, because I saw someone typed accountant. All right. So accountant. All right, so we have some accounting positions. We have management accountant, okay? We have assistant accountant. Now, one important thing is that, please share the link. One important thing is that you need to also consider the visa restrictions. Now, UK visa, if your salary is not £29,000 and above, you will not be eligible to apply for visa. Okay, so your salary needs to be 29,000 and above. So as you look for the job vacancies, you need to also make sure the salary is above the requirement for the visa. So the first one is management accountant, and as you can see, the salary is 29,000. So which means that you fall within the category eligible to apply for the visa. It's very, very important. Don't apply for positions that are less than the requirement for the visa, which is the £29,000. Okay, so let's click on management accountant. So you just click on management accountant. Now, another thing is the closing date. This is closing just a few days from now, 1st November. Okay, so you need to make sure you meet the requirements. You need to read the job summary. You need to check the main duties. Okay, you need to check the job description if you can do that job. All right. You need to check the person's specification. I always say that employers are always looking for 3 things in applicants. They are looking for your eligibility. They are looking for your potential. Eligibility, they are looking for potential, and they are looking for your suitability. They are looking for 3 things: potential, suitability, and your eligibility. And these things can be seen from your application. That's why you need to always read about the job to make sure you draft your application to suit what they are looking for. Okay, so they are looking for 2 years experience of accounting, And it doesn't matter, it could be public service, voluntary work, independent sector. So 2 years experience, you can even add national service, you can even add any voluntary works you've done. Okay, you don't necessarily have to be, it doesn't necessarily have to be a paying job. It needs to just be 2 years experience, even if it's your own job. Okay, and we have desirable, okay, experience of the charitable sector. So those who have been in NGOs, that's why it's important to sometimes do, you need to sometimes do things for free, charitable experience. And these are the qualifications. Okay, so if you think you meet this, then you are good to go. But I need to show you one thing. You know, you need sponsorship to come to the UK. So you need to make sure the job vacancy also issues sponsorship. Another important thing, don't just apply for anything. Make sure they issue sponsorship, and I will show you how to get that. All right, so this job doesn't say anything about sponsorship. Okay, all right, so it doesn't say anything about sponsorship. So I will just go back and use another vacancy. So that's how it works. You need time, you need commitment. So let's use assistant accountant. Now the salary is 29,000, which meets the requirement. So we will check on that. And it's permanent role as well. So we can use that as an illustration. All right. So to check for sponsorship, you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Usually that's where they state it. Okay. So you just need to look through to make sure they say something about sponsorship before you apply for that vacancy. Okay, so there's nothing here like that. Sometimes if you start applying, they will tell you whether you need sponsorship or you can apply without sponsorship. And this is management accountant. Oh, this salary is heavy. 48,000. All right, let's check that one. So you just scroll down and you need to find out. So I'm looking for, I just want to show you how to check if the job is able to offer you with sponsorship, because there is no sense, I would say, to apply for a job that at the end they can tell you, sorry, we cannot offer you with sponsorship. Oh yes, I've gotten what I want. All right, so you can see here, you can see certificate of sponsorship. So any vacancy you open, please share the link. Any vacancy you open, you need to make sure they are talking about certificate of sponsorship. And they say applications from job seekers who require current skilled worker sponsorship to work in the UK are welcome and will be considered alongside all other applications. Okay, so applications, so any vacancy, make sure you see this statement. Applications from job seekers who require skilled worker sponsorship to work in the UK are welcome. As soon as you see this, the meaning that if you qualify, if you are shortlisted for interview, and if you're eligible, they will sponsor you to come to the UK. It's worth mentioning that though some vacancies will state this, but when you begin the application, they will tell you, sorry, if you don't have the UK visa, if you are not in the UK, you cannot apply. It's normal, it's part of the process, don't be discouraged. But you need to make sure always the vacancy talks about certificate of sponsorship. That's the important thing. So as soon as that is sorted, you now need to read through the job, read through everything about the job to make sure you qualify. Now, after reading through, then, okay, so when you come now, it says applicants must have current UK professional registration, okay? So they've issued a disclaimer. Though they issue certificate of sponsorships, but they are saying you need to have a UK, meaning that if you are not in the UK, you cannot apply for this vacancy. Okay, so please always make sure you look out for those things. Okay, you need to look out for certificate of sponsorship, and you need to read about it, whether they can accept people from overseas. Now, when all that is done, you now come to the top right corner, you'll see apply for this job. So you click on apply for this job. and it will take you to the UK government's job application website, okay, where you need to create an account, and then you need to log in. All right, so this is my personal one, but I'll just use it. I will not apply. So when you log in, this is how it looks like. So that's the vacancy financial accountant, and that's the job details. You can click on the job details as here. So this is the location of the job. All right, that's it's a permanent role, full time. Okay, and we have salary requirements and the specialty as well. Okay, so and there are some. So as I said, there are some requirements here. They said you must have appropriate UK professional registration. Okay, and so this is important. That doesn't mean that you cannot apply from overseas. With nurses too, they require a UK professional registration. But what happens is that if you're a nurse, you can begin your professional registration in the UK. It's done online. You can apply to be part of the UK nurses register from wherever you are, Ghana, Nigeria, and they will give you approval, authorization that you've been conditionally accepted, so you can now apply for jobs and come to the UK. So this is just a disclaimer that you need to begin your registration with whatever institution that is responsible for financial accountants in the UK. And it's easy. You just Google Financial Accountants Association in the UK and you read about their process, how you can join and all that. So when all that is done, you then need to click on apply job and you now come. So they will ask you, are you currently an employee of this hospital? You say no. Then they will ask you of your immigration status, okay? Then you need to scroll down and select whichever applies to your situation. In this case, I'm sure none of you have the visa sponsorship. So you select the last one. I do not have a visa or rights in the UK, right to work in the UK. And they said this applies to individuals without the right to work in the UK, okay? They cannot undertake employment without sponsorship for a visa before applying for entry clearance. So if you're looking for sponsorship, you just select this one, the last one, so that the recruitment agency, oh, the sound is off. It should be on. So that the, please can, oh, sound. All right, let's see. I don't know what's happening. Please, can you hear me? Someone says sound is on, off, sorry. Can everyone hear me? Oh, working, all right, let's continue then. Okay, so you select the last option. I mean, it's not a one way. Some of the applications differ a little bit. So you just need to make sure you select what's applicable to your situation. So after doing that, after selecting your visa and all that, you now click on continue, and that is it. So let's just go back and apply for another job vacancy. Okay, so it's very easy and straightforward, but the frustrating bit is that most of them will refuse you. Most of them will refuse. So let me show you one person I was helping to apply for job, and I'll just show you let me show you the number of applications we've done. Okay. Oh. Okay. It's all right to show someone's confidentiality. Okay, so let's pick one more example, and you guys can go and try your hands on several other ones. So let's pick what job? Software engineer. There are a lot of websites. I will show you as time goes on how to apply for jobs. So let's just type software engineer. Okay, so there are about 1,000 jobs related to software engineer. Okay, so let's look through. So we have system engineer, cloud engineer. So this job is in Leeds, London, and closing date is 10th of November. Contract type is permanent and is full-time. So let's check if they issue sponsorship as well. So we just scroll down to the bottom of the page to check. Hooray! All right, so this vacancy also issues sponsorship. I'm just getting the screen back on, guys. Sorry. All right, we are back on live now. So sorry, let me just go back and show you. So we are looking for, so someone typed software engineer. So we are looking for vacancies related to software engineer or software developer. So we go back to the home page, NHS jobs, as I earlier mentioned. Then we will type it in, software engineer. Okay. So after typing software engineer in, it will bring up all the job vacancies related to software engineer. And you just need to look through to check it one by one. Okay, so the first one we are looking at is system engineer or cloud engineer. And this job is in Leeds, London, and the salary is £53,000 per year, which is heavy. The average worker in the UK earns about £25,000 to £28,000 per year. And as I said, the visa requirement demands that you get, you need to meet a salary requirement of £29,000 upwards. So make sure the job you are applying for has that salary requirement. This is 53,000, so we can apply. Closing date is 10th of November. Okay, so let's click on that. So this is the system engineer. So we now need to scroll to the bottom to find out if they issue certificate of sponsorship. All right, so that's it. So they said they issue certificate of sponsorship, and it reads, applications from job seekers who require current skilled worker sponsorship to work in the UK are welcome and will be considered alongside all other applications. So it's important that any job vacancy you check, you need to check if they issue certificate of sponsorship. I'm sure you guys are following. So this one, that's it. This one follows issue certificate of sponsorship. So if you are interested, you can now go ahead and apply. So this is the employer's website. You can go to the website and check for more details, just so that you can tailor your application to suit it. Okay. All right. So that's it. So if you are interested in this vacancy, and you think you meet it, you can just go ahead and now you click on the apply for this job button. Okay. So that's it. So what job again? Okay, we've checked accountant, we've looked at, so health service administrator. This will be our last illustration, and I'll leave it up to you to go and try. Health service administrator. So you type it in the search or the what section, then you click enter. So there are about 16,000 jobs related to health service administrator. And the salary requirement is very important. This is 24,000. It doesn't meet the requirement for a UK visa, so you just need to leave it. Most of them, all right. It seems most of the health administrator jobs doesn't meet the 29,000. So you just need to keep searching to look for ones that are 29,000 and above. Okay, but sometimes, even though it doesn't meet it, but they will still allow you to apply. So if you're able to go through the application, then good, thank God, because most times they will negotiate with you, say, okay, we will help you get a visa, we will increase your salary and all that. So this is 28,000. So let's use that one for an example. So this is patient service administrator, okay, and it's in London, central London. So let's just go and check if they issue certificate of sponsorship. All right, so that they also issue certificate of sponsorship. Applications from job seekers who require current skilled worker sponsorship to work in the UK are welcome to apply. So you can apply for this vacancy if you are looking for health administrator related jobs. You just need to check. It's band 3. Yeah, that's why it's not up to 29,000. All right. So duration is 12 months. Working pattern is full-time as well. And these are the supporting documents. You can download them and use them to tailor your application as well. One thing, on the UK NHS jobs, we don't upload CV. Everything needs to be entered onto the application portal. So this is a part 1 of our jobs in the UK search. And subsequent days, we will look at other options as well. So today we've looked at the NHS jobs. And as I said, before you start, you just type into Google NHS jobs and then it will pop up. So just a quick one for those who join late. So you type NHS jobs into Google, you just click on the first link, and you at the top right corner, you need to create an account. If you don't want to create an account, you can just go straight to go to search. You click on go to search, it will now take you to where you can search for the jobs. And I said in the what section, that's where you type your field or the job you're looking for. Where is the location? If you have a specific location in mind, okay. If you have a specific location in mind, you can just type in if it's Liverpool, Manchester, wherever the location is, you can do that. After typing it in, but I always advise that you leave the where for now, because at the moment you eagerly want to travel, there's no need to restrict your search. So you just type the job you are looking for, health service administrator, software engineer, whatever the job vacancy is, you just type it in the what, and after that you click on search. If you don't type anything in the what and the search, it will just bring all the jobs available on the NHS website, which will blow your mind. There are a lot of jobs, but you just need to streamline it as well. Okay, so if you are a nurse, you use the same approach. Midwife, whoever, you guys should share this with your friends. There are a lot of nurses vacancies. This pays 300 to 400 pounds a day, and now that's a big money, good money. Okay, ward nurse in Dorset. There are a lot of vacancies, or other fields, doctors, anyone, NHS employees, everyone. They have over 100, different job specialties. So it doesn't matter your vacancy, you can just, they have lots of jobs. So share it for your friends, families. My YouTube name is the name Jonas Anoyeboa as well. And I have already made this video on YouTube. There are a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. You can just go there and subscribe and watch the videos as well. I did a video on the UK Army job, and at the moment I have 2 people already in the UK. I helped them to get the visa, the visit visa, and they are coming for their assessments. So people are actually benefiting, okay? And the important thing is they don't give up. They keep trying, even if they are rejected, even if they have refused several times, they keep trying. And one day your light will also shine as well. If you had, let's say if you start now, 2024, and it takes, I'm just saying, it takes you 1 year to get a job, or 2 years, that will be 2026. And even if you don't start at all, 2026 will still come. So it's better you start, and it doesn't matter how long it takes for you to get the job, you are still trying. better than you don't do anything about it and you just stay home and you just complain and I'm not getting job and they are refusing me. 2026 will come and you still be complaining. So it's better you act now. Okay, so I will announce when we will do the next video. It wouldn't be NHS, it will be another. There are several ways to search for jobs, and we'll be doing other countries as well. Other Europe countries, we'll be checking Canada. People are going every day. I'm sure you go to Terminal 3 and check. You see the number of people traveling. So there are opportunities and people are making good use. So please make good use. Whatever we bring it out to you, make sure you work on it. Make sure you share with your friends and family as well. So please share the video, subscribe, follow us, get other people to follow us. The only thing you can also do to support us is to help our channel grow as well. So if you have any question, you can ask. If not, then I'm going to enjoy my wife. Okay. So please, if you have any question, you can ask. If not, my wife is calling me. Okay, so I have the same video on YouTube. You can just check it out, or you can just send me a message on Facebook and I'll send the link to you. Okay, any question? If no question, then my wife is calling. All right, guys, I'm happy for your support. Thank you for your support, and it was a pleasure having you all here today. Take care and bye-bye.